रिपोर्टिंग टेस्ट स्कोर्स, एक टेस्ट के जो मार्क्स हैं, स्कोर्स हैं, उनकी रिपोर्टिंग किस तरह करनी है। रिपोर्टिंग टेस्ट स्कोर्स इज अबाउट मेजरिंग द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स। इसमें स्टूडेंट्स की जो परफॉर्मेंस है, कारकर्दगी है, उसको मेजर किया जाता है, उसकी पैमाइश की जाती है बाय प्रोवाइडिंग ए प्रोफाइल ऑफ देयर प्रोग्रेस। स्टूडेंट्स की कारकर्दगी की, स्टूडेंट की जो प्रोग्रेस है उसकी एक प्रोफाइल मुहैया की जाती है। एंड रिपोर्टिंग द स्कोर्स ऑफ टेस्ट इन डिफरेंट वेज, और जो स्कोर्स हैं उनको मुख्तलिफ वेज से, मुख्तलिफ तरीक़ों से देखा जाता है। इन context to the different purposes, there is a long tradition that student skills are measured by some of testing procedures. Invariably, the product of testing is a score, a yardstick by which an individual student is compared with the others and or by which progress is documented. Teachers and others educators use tests and subsequently test scores in a variety of ways. The first major topic deals with the function of test scores and progress report of students after taking any test, as there are different functions of grading and reporting system with respect to its uses, like instructional uses, providing feedback to students for administrative use and guidance, and informing parents about their children's performance. The second key topic is the types of test scores and progress reports. Here are two types of reporting test scores are discussed. The first is the norm reference test, which include raw scores, grade, norms, percentiles, stanins, and standard scores. Second is the criterion reference test, which include system of pass, fail, and other types of practices that are used to report the progress of the students. The third major theme is calculating CGPA and assigning letter grades. It includes the method of calculating CGPA and different steps which are concerned with assigning letter grades in reporting test scores, such as combining the data, selecting the proper frame of reference for grading, and determining the distribution of grades. The last major theme is conducting parent-teacher conferences. This section includes the information and important preparations for conducting the parent-teacher conferences, mentioning the do's and does not of the parent-teacher conferences. The task of grading and reporting student progress cannot be separated from the procedures adopted in assessing students' learning. If instructional objectives are well defined in terms of behavior and performance terms, and relevant tests and other assessment procedures as properly used, grading and reporting become a matter of summarizing the results and presenting them in understandable form. Reporting student progress is difficult, especially when data is represented in single letter grade system or numerical value, Lenin and Groundland 2000. Assigning grades and making referrals are decisions that require information about individual students. In contrast, curricular and instructional decisions require information about groups of students, quite often about their classroom or school. Lin and Groundland 2000. There are three प्राइमरी पर्पसेस ऑफ ग्रेडिंग स्टूडेंट्स। स्टूडेंट्स की ग्रेडिंग करने के हवाले से तीन बुनियादी मकासद हैं। फर्स्ट, ग्रेड्स आर प्राइमरी currency for exchanging of many of the opportunities and rewards our society has to offer. Grades can be exchanged for such diverse identities as adult approval, public recognition, college and university admission. To deprive students of grade means to deprive them of rewards and opportunities. Second, teacher become habitual of assessing their student learning in grades, and if teacher does not award grade, the student might not well know about their learning progress. अगर ग्रेडिंग टीचर नहीं करता तो स्टूडेंट जो है उनको अपनी लर्निंग के बारे में कि वो किस मकाम पे खड़े हैं, उनकी क्या कारकर्दगी है, वो नहीं पता चल सकती. थर्ड, ग्रेडिंग स्टूडेंट मोटिवेट देम. तीसरा जो है स्टूडेंट्स के जो ग्रेडिंग होती है उनको मोटिवेट करते हैं. ग्रेड्स कैन सर्व एज इंसेंटिव्स एंड फॉर सम स्टूडेंट incentives serve a motivating function. The different functions of grading and reporting systems are given under. Instructional uses. The focus of grading and reporting should be the student improvement in learning. This is most likely occur when the report clarifies the instructional objectives, indicates the student's strengths and weaknesses in learning, provides information concerning the student personal and social development, contributes to student motivation. The improvement of student learning is probably feedback from test and other assessment procedures. Report value of work developed during the academic year can be displayed to indicate students' strengths and weaknesses periodically. Periodic progress reports can contribute to student motivation by providing short-term goals and knowledge of results, both the essential feature of essential learning. Well-designed progress reports can help in evaluating instructional procedures by identifying areas need vision. When the reports of majority of students indicate poor progress, it may infer that there is a need to modify the instructional objectives. Feedback to students. Grading and reporting test results to students have been an ongoing practice in all educational institutions of the world. The mechanism or strategy may differ from country to country or institution to institution, but each institution observes this practice in any way. Reporting test scores to student has a number of advantages for them as the student move up through the grades. The usefulness of the test scores for personal academic planning and self-assessment increases. For most students, the scores provide feedback about how much they know and how effective their efforts to learn have been. They can know their strengths and areas need for special attention. Such feedback is essential if students are expected to be partners in managing their own instructional time and effort. These results help them to make good decisions for their future professional development. Teachers use a variety of strategies to help students become independent learners who are able to take an increasing responsibility for their own school progress. Self-assessment is a significant aspect of self-guided learning, and the reporting of their results can be an integral part of the procedure teachers use to promote self-assessment. Test result help students to identify areas need for improvement, areas in which progress has been strong, and areas in which continued strong effort will help maintain high level of achievement. Test result can be used with information from teachers' assessment to help students set their own instructional goal, decide how they will allocate their time, and determine priorities for improving skills such as reading, writing, speaking, and problem solving. When students are given their own test results, they can learn about self-assessment while doing actual assessment. Grading and reporting results also provide students an opportunity for developing and awareness of how they are growing in various skill areas. Self-assessment begins with self-monitoring, a skill most children have begun developing well before coming to kindergarten. Administrative and guidance uses. Grades and progress reports serve a number of administrative functions. For example, they are used for determining promotion and graduation, awarding honors, determining sports eligibility of students, and reporting to other institutions and employees. For most administrative purposes, a single letter grade is typically required, but of course, technically, a single letter grade does not truly interpret student assessment. Guidance and counseling officers use grades and reports in student achievement along with other information to help students make realistic educational and vocational plans. Reports that include rating on personal and social characteristics are also useful in helping students with adjustment problems. Information informing parents about their children's performance. Parents are often overwhelmed by grades and test reports they receive from school personnel. In order to establish a true partnership between parents and teachers, it is essential that information about student progress be communicated clearly, respectfully, and accurately. Test results should be provided to parents using simple, clear language free from educational and test jargon. Explaining of the purpose of test use Center 1998. Most of the time, parents are either ignored or least involved to let them aware of the progress of their children. To strengthen convention between home and school, parents need to receive comprehensive information about their children's achievement. If parents do not understand the test given to student children, the score and how the results are used to make decisions about their children, they are prohibited from helping their children learn and making